All right, we have a flow here to help with some muscular engagement and energy. And when you're ready, you're gonna make your way onto hands and knees. And we're just gonna start by giving yourself a little rock back and forth. Toes can be flat or curl under here. And you're just gonna push your hips back a little bit. Rock back forward until you feel a little stretch in the front of the forearms, rocking back and rocking forward. Knees can be as wide as you'd like them to be here. Mobilizing into those wrists a little bit and getting the hips on your way back. And we'll go one more time there. Good. From there, take your fingertips so they face away from each other, and you're gonna give yourself a little rock side to side. Keeping those fingers nice and wide. Letting your shoulders move with you here. And we'll do one more to each side. Good. Taking your fingers to point forwards. Remember, at any point in this flow, you can pop up onto your fists if that feels more comfortable in your wrists. And from here, we're gonna go into your cat-cow. So exhale, pull your front ribs up towards the ceiling, head drops. And then inhale, let your stomach drop down towards the floor, shoulders roll back, and we repeat. Exhale, push the floor away, make space between your shoulder blades. And then inhale, let your shoulder blades come together, pubic bone and breastbone pull apart. Exhale, pubic bone and breastbone draw together, shortening that space. Inhaling, opening up, lifting your gaze. Let's go one more. Good. And then come to a flat back here. You're gonna curl your toes under. As you exhale, you're gonna hover your knees up off the mat. Feeling free to hold here as I'm doing, or if you want to move with your breath, you can inhale, tap, and exhale, lift. Inhale, knees can tap, and exhale, lift. Choose whatever version you'd like, either holding or tapping. And we'll take one more full breath. Bringing those knees all the way to the mat, sitting back in your child's pose for a moment, bringing weight off of those wrists, letting your hips be nice and heavy towards your heels. On your next exhale, come back up to all fours, bring one foot on the outside of your hands, and then you're going to take the same side hand to your front knee. Push into the knee to rotate through your spine, looking up towards the ceiling. You can lift that top arm up if you would like here. And then exhale, take that top arm, thread your needle under the opposite armpit. And we'll go again. Inhaling, belly button spins towards the front thigh. And exhaling to thread. One more time. Inhale to lift. Energy down into that back shin as you thread under. Good. From here, hands are going to frame your foot. You're going to rock your seat towards your heels to gently straighten through that front knee, and then rock forward. Rocking back, length through the hamstring as you sit, and then length through that hip flexor on the back leg as you rock forward. One more time. Good. Now from here, step it back and we'll swap your sides. Opposite foot comes on the outside of both hands. Hand to thigh first. Use that hand to press yourself into the rotation and then float your fingers up to the ceiling. Dive that top hand underneath. Anti-rotation, counter rotation. Inhaling to lift up. Good. Exhaling, diving under. Really feeling that you spin your ribs more than just lifting your hand. Last time under. Hand frames your feet and then gentle sit back. Woo, one side is gonna feel different than the other. And rock forward. Inhaling to rock back, both hip creases sit back. And then forward, lengthening through the crown of your head. Last one. Good. From here, float the knees back into that tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders. You're gonna curl your toes under, hover your knees once again. Step one foot back, and then the other. You're in this nice full plank position. Always an option to drop your knees here and hold in that supported plank if that is going to serve your body better today. And then on an exhale, lower all the way down, coming to your stomach, however is comfortable for you. You're gonna stretch arms and legs long here. Arms out in front, legs behind. On an inhale, lift opposite arm, opposite leg up off the mat. Head and collarbones hover. Lower it down. Other side, inhaling, really lifting from your shoulder blade and your butt cheek crease. Lowering down. So you're moving your big arm bone and your thigh bone as close to your body as you can versus just trying to lift the hand and foot. Gaze stays peering down at the mat. The side that is not moving is pressing down into the ground, holding that mat firmly onto the floor. We'll go one more on each side. And last one. From here, you're gonna slide one hand underneath your forehead. The other hand, I'm starting with my right, is gonna go behind your head. You're gonna lift your elbow first. Head stays down the whole time for this one. Straighten your arm overhead. Sweep the arm towards the hip, flip the palm, reach back like you're trying to take your bra off. Let the elbow relax. And then it's the reverse. Lift the elbow. Lift the hand, reach to your hip. Sweep in that big snow angel motion. Take the hand behind the head. Lower the elbow. And again, elbow lifts first. Reach overhead. Snow angel to the hip. Bend the elbow, reach up the back. Hand rests, elbow rests. Elbow lifts, hand lifts. Reach past your hip to make that nice angle up or overhead. Bend the elbow to bring the hand behind the head. Elbow comes down. Last one. Lifting, reaching, sweep to the hip. Keep lifting the front of the shoulder as you reach behind the back. Then the whole shape comes down. Lift the front of the shoulders, lift the elbow as you sweep up and overhead. Hand behind the head, lower all the way down. Other side. I'm taking my left hand behind the head. We're repeating that swimmer motion. Elbow lifts, overhead, sweep to the hip, behind the back, the whole shape lowers. Lift from your shoulder blade to lift the hand. Keep lifting from the shoulder blade as you sweep up overhead. Replace the hand behind the head, lower the elbow. 2 more times. Feeling the length come from the fingertips, from the shoulder blade. And continuing to move and pace with your breath. Taking one more at your own pace here. Really feeling that your whole shape of your arm stays at the same height as you're sweeping through that snow angel. Last one. Overhead, hand, and lower. Awesome. Push back into your child's pose. And we'll do one last thing for the hips here. Coming forward onto hands and knees. We're gonna go into a full hip circle. So one heel is gonna lift up towards the ceiling. Take that knee out to the side, there's a fire hydrant, and then back to center. Kick up towards the ceiling. Open out to the side, and return. We'll do 2 more in that direction. Really feeling again, kind of what is moving and what's not moving here. So your hip and your thigh bone are moving. We're gonna reverse. Take it out into your fire hydrant first, up into the donkey kick. And your waistband is staying relatively still here. So you're looking for that full range of motion because you stir your thigh bone around. We'll go one more, starting with the fire hydrant. All right, switching sides. Opposite heel kicks to the ceiling. Out to the side, all the way in. Push, reaching out through the kneecap, and together. 2 more in that direction. Last one. And reverse. Fire hydrant first. Pressing up to the ceiling, pulling back down. Check in, make sure you have both sets of fingers nice and wide and pressing down through the mat. Shoulder blades are gently lifting away from each other as you take your last one. Lowering all the way down. Sit back, give your wrists a little roll out. And I hope you enjoyed your flow to gain some energy.